Hey, what's up, everybody? Chris here, and there's been a lot of discussion lately about the Switch 2, the successor that is coming. Probably every report seems to suggest that that's the case. Maybe in September, even though this has been something that I've heard for years and years. I'm sure most of you have too. So who knows if it's actually going to happen this September, but it seems more certain now than it has in the past, especially given the PS5 and Series X and sort of the increase in strength in hardware. So I thought this is the perfect time to go through my physical Switch collection and sort of take you on a tour of that. I've been a pretty ardent collector for the Switch since it was released in 2017. I was there on the night it was launched at Best Buy in a long line. It was freezing cold. I remember I saw the movie Logan right before that with a buddy of mine, and then went and picked up my pre-order. But anyway, I've been pretty consistent with that. I do have a number of digital games, of course, for the Switch, but mostly when I've been able to, I've tried to get the physical copy. So I'm going to walk you through that. Let me know what you think about my collection down in the comments, and let's take a look. Okay, so I have 72 physical Switch games, which, is not like an abnormally large amount, I guess, for someone who's a Nintendo collector, but you can kind of see generally it takes up pretty much a full row on this shelf where I store my games. You can see my Playdate box there, which I've got another video for that coming out soon. I honestly have not played the Playdate a whole lot since its release, a little bit, but I do want to check out some of the stuff as the system is updated, and so I'll get back to that soon. But anyway, we're here to talk about the Switch. So the very first game I've got here, and these are typically in alphabetical order. However, some of the ones that were overflow I've put up top here. So I've got, let's see here, Super Mario Party. Tons of fun with this with my children. The issue with this game, of course, is that it results, at least for my kids, in a lot of tears, a lot of hard feelings, but it's super competitive and they love it. I love Mario Party, and I've got the follow-up to that one that was on Switch, released on Switch as well, but great game. Let's see here. We've got Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I had this on Wii U. The Bowser's Fury update was great for this. And this is just a good game to have on the go. Any 3D Mario game I'm basically going to get. ARMS. This was a cool one when it came out. A lot of fun. It can be a little bit much and kind of a workout when you play it for a long period of time. Honestly, I played this for the first few weeks after release. Didn't a whole lot after that. But my kids played it a lot, which is great. And one of the reasons that I picked it up. Let's see, Assassin's Creed 3 remastered, really cool on the Switch to have a game of this caliber. I'm not typically a huge Assassin's Creed fan, but when this was announced for the Switch, I picked it up, and part of it was just as sort of a technical showcase to see, what the Switch was capable of at the time. Glad to have that one. Big Brain Academy, play this on occasion, but really it's more for my youngest kid who loves it a whole lot, and he plays it a lot. The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. This is a cool one to have. I had to track this down. I had to go to a mall that's not super close to me when this was released to get a physical copy of it, but I do love having it in the collection. A lot of fun, kind of a roguelike game. This one, you can see, is still in the wrapper. This is one that we got for our kids for Christmas about 2 years ago, maybe. Never got unwrapped. I feel like it would be a fun game. And actually, you know what? Now that I'm seeing this, I might see if they want to play this tonight, just with like skee ball and things like that. Just the type of game that they enjoy, along with things like Wii Sports and all that. Cave Story, cool one to have on physical. Fun game. Never finished it, but it's a fun one. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Played a good bit of this, but these games are like insanely hard. Way more hard than I would have anticipated, but it is nice to have this in the collection. Crash Team Racing, Nitro Fueled. Good one to have as well. The kids really like this one a lot too. Cruis'n Blast. I, for whatever reason, have not unwrapped this one, but I was happy to pick it up because I used to love Cruis'n USA back on the N64, way back in the day. Gonna play this one at some point, but I've got it here. Dark Souls Remastered. I'm not really a big FromSoft fan, if I'm being honest. I'm sure a lot of people are gonna boo me for that. I just hate the difficulty sometimes. But this is a cool one to have, and I have played it some on the Switch. Again, just really picked that one up more as a bit of curiosity to see what it would look like on the Switch, and really happy to have it in the collection. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection, played a ton of this. Really great game, a lot of fun to have on the go. This, I think, is one of the most impressive ports that the Switch has. Doom on Switch looks really, really great. There's not a whole lot to say beyond that, but if you ever played it, it's awesome. I played it on PS4 and beat it and really loved it, but it was really cool to play through again on Switch. Like it a lot. Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen. This is a fun one. Never finished it. Got several hours into it. May come back to it at some point. Though, of course, I say that and maybe not. I guess we'll see. Another one we got for our kids that actually never got unwrapped, Family Feud. It was pretty cheap. They love the show, so I don't know why we never got to this. Maybe we'll get to it and try it out sometime. I'm sure it's a good, fun time, But anyway, Family Feud, fitness boxing, that's a good kind of workout game, but, you know, one of those ones I played for maybe 2 weeks and then stopped. But a kind of an oddity, I think, sort of like Wii Fit, you know, just to have on the system. Friday the 13th, the game, I love this on PS4. I put like, gosh, I don't know, probably 100 hours into it, a ton of time into it. I'm super sad that it's shutting down. Cool to have it on Switch. I haven't fired it up in a while on Switch, but it actually ran pretty well on that because it's not like it's a super demanding game graphically, but a lot of fun. Hate that it's shutting down, but again, kind of an oddity, a cool one to have here. I'm going to move over this Playdate box a little bit. Okay, let's see. What have I got next? Hollow Knight. Good game, perfect for the Switch, Human Fall Flat. This is one that actually my youngest son loves a lot, which is why we own it. It's really dumb, fun, but it is a good time. Gear Club Unlimited 2, a good racing game for the Switch, a lot of fun. Also, you know, if you know me and follow my channel at all, I really enjoy racing games, and that's sort of an overlooked one, I think. Good to have on the go for sure. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, really great game. I like Dynasty Warriors, don't love it, but when it's Zelda themed and Link themed, I'm gonna play it, no doubt about it. Got this for my kids. They love Just Dance. They used to. They don't play it as much now, but that's a fun one for them to have in the collection. How do you pronounce this one? Katamari Damacy Reroll. Really kind of weird, dumb, fun type of game. I think my youngest played this more than I did, but it is a good time for sure. Definitely worth a pickup and worth playing if you've never checked it out. Kaze and the Wild Mask. I beat this one. This was a fun 2D side-scrolling game. There's just a lot going on in this game, and it looks really nice too on the Switch. Just great sort of graphics to it. Really a lot of fun. LA Noire, I got this as a gift from my mother-in-law for Christmas one year. Never did finish it, but again, another one that I wanted on Switch, but it's one of those ones that you can see internet download required. Really annoying when Switch games do that, but I guess they have to given the limits of the little SD card they come on sometimes. Skyward Sword HD. I think this is one of the most, this is one of the most talked about Zelda games in terms of it not being great, but I loved it. I remember playing this on the Wii, beating it, really just spending tons and tons of time with it, and I'm really happy to have it on Switch. I think it looks really nice too. Link's Awakening, this is a tough game. I got pretty far into it, never did finish it, but the remaster, or I guess the remake really, of this just looks really nice. Luigi's Mansion 3, a lot of fun. My oldest son played that more than I did. We actually have 2 copies. One of those is his and one of those is mine. Mario Golf Super Rush. This is okay. It's not nearly as good as I thought it would be when it came out. Played it for a little while, kind of dropped off on it. I think some of the earlier Mario Golf games are better, but super fun still, you know, at times, in spurts, I guess. Mario plus Rabbids, Sparks of Hope. Is that the original Mario plus Rabbids? Maybe this is the new one. Whatever the original one was, I played that one a lot. I can't remember if this is the new one or... No, I think this is the new one. Maybe it's not. Anyway, whatever the original release of this was, not the sequel, I finished it, beat it, really enjoyed it a lot. This is the game I've played the most on Switch, no doubt, and Wii U, honestly. Like, I wish a new Mario Kart game would come out for Switch. I'm going to go ahead and guess they've already developed that for the Switch 2, which is kind of the, you know, impetus for this video, somewhat, but Mario Kart is one of my favorite games of all time. I have put tons and tons of time into that game. I've got one friend who I think is a little bit better than me at it, but not by much. Drew, if you're listening, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Mario Party Superstars, great follow-up. Again, causes a lot of hard feelings. Mega Man 11, I love the Mega Man games. This is a great one. I don't think I ever finished it. I beat most Mega Man games. This one's pretty challenging. I need to go back and play it at some point. Honestly, my Switch enthusiasm right now has dwindled, which I think is a sure sign, you know, at least for me, that there needs to be a new system put out there. I think it's just hard to kind of come back to it, knowing what the PS5 can do, what the Series X can do. But anyway, love the Mega Man games. Metroid Dread, played most of this, or not most of it, excuse me. I played a good bit of this and just sort of dropped off, but I do like having this in the collection. It's a good one. I've actually got Metroid Prime. Okay, there it is. I was about to say, it looks like it's out of order. Some of these are out of order, but anyway. Okay, Breath of the Wild, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say this is my favorite game of all time, but it's top 3. It's a masterful game. Love it. Speaking of, Tears of the Kingdom is right there with it. I would say, it's hard to say that it's better than Breath of the Wild because Breath of the Wild inspired this game, but it's so good. Both of those are just really great games. Sonic Mania Plus, This is a great little collection. I love Sonic. I'm a big Sega fan. You've probably seen some of my Dreamcast videos if you've been following the channel at all. Sonic Mania Plus is great. I'm going to jump up here to some of these. Kirby Star Allies, that's a good time. Pikmin 4, haven't played a ton of that, but what I have played I like. It's one of those things where you kind of have to sit down and get good at it and sink time in it, and I just have not done that yet, so I need to get better at that. But anyway, if I can get this off the shelf, I'm having a tough time with it. Okay. Metroid Prime Remastered. Have not played a ton of that yet, to my shame. My youngest son got really far into it, but this is one I do want to get into when the time arises. See, this is the problem with being a gamer. There are so many good games that you want to get through. Right now I'm playing Hellblade because I never did actually finish it because I want to get ready for Hellblade 2. So it's like I want to finish that, and there's a lot of other games I want to get back into. But anyway, Miitopia, I really love this one. This is a fun kind of pseudo RPG, or it's an RPG, but just really funny. Kind of uses the Mii's MII from the Wii era to good effect. Really fun. Minecraft Story Mode, that's a good one. My kids have played more of that. It's a Telltale game, and I love Telltale games. I hate that we don't get as many of those as we used to because they had shut down for a while, but love Minecraft Story Mode. That's a good one. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, love those types of games as well. I think Mario Wonder is better, but I really like this one a lot also. Where is my copy of Mario Wonder? I know it's in here somewhere. Anyway, I have that one too. I don't know if I added that in the collection. That might be in another room. Anyway, maybe that's downstairs. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I've got the Labo games. I'm not going to pull all these out. These are cool little oddities. If you've never done anything with Labo, it just, I think, is representative of Nintendo's creativity and sort of them trying to find new ways to make things interactive for kids, to make their system something that can go above and beyond just being kind of a typical video game system. Really cool. Switch Sports is very much like Wii Sports. It's fun. It's not as good as Wii Sports, I don't think. My kids and I still play Wii Sports, Wii Bowling, like somewhat regularly, actually, but still a good one. Paper Mario, the Origami King, a lot of fun. Never did finish it. I think my youngest did beat this game, but I liked it a lot. Pikmin 3 Deluxe, because I've got Pikmin 4, it's kind of hard to go back to this one, but still a cool kind of, I wouldn't say tentpole franchise for Nintendo, but it's a good one to have in my collection. All right, you can see here I've got 3 Pokemon games, excuse me. These are really my kids' games. I got them for them to play, but they are sort of included in my collection. Honestly, I'm not a huge Pokemon person. I've heard a lot about Pal World. I probably need to check that out, but I have those there. Maybe one day, when I'm feeling nostalgic about the Switch, I'll come back to Pokemon and see what I can do with that. But I think when the original Pokemon came out, I was just a little bit, I wouldn't say too old for it, but it was just one of those games that didn't hit me at the right age, so I never really got deep into that. But Puyo Puyo Tetris, fun puzzle game. That's a good one to pop in when you want to kill some time. Really, really entertaining. Resident Evil Revelations collection. This has got Resident Evil Revelations and Resident Evil 2 Revelations. These are fine. They're okay. Again, it's sometimes hard to play those when things like Resident Evil, 7 or whatever the new ones are kind of sitting out there on newer gen hardware to play, but still fun. Still have their place and their value for sure. Scribblenauts Showdown, that's an entertaining game that my kids have really enjoyed. Shmup Collection. If you like shoot 'em up games, this is super cool. It is tough though. This has got, let's see, Armed 7. What is this one? Satazeus, and Wolflame. They're super hard. I'm not great at shmups, but I love them. It's one of those kind of love-hate things where I love the idea of playing a shmup, and sometimes I can get into it, but it takes me a while to do that. SNK Heroes Tag Team Frenzy. This is an okay fighting game, just very SNK, kind of a random one that when I saw it was announced, I wanted to get it because it's sort of an oddity to have for the Switch. Not that it'll ever have any value or anything like that, but kind of a cool one to have. Splatoon 3, played a good bit of that. I actually played Splatoon 2 and the original Splatoon a lot more, but still like it for sure. This one I got because it just looked like it was fun, but it's actually super hard. It's hard to control the trucks. Mud Runner American Wilds, don't actually love it, but it's okay. It's one that's fun to have in the collection. This is one that my youngest son got, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I don't have an ounce of interest in this, but he played it a lot, so I'm glad that he got his use out of it. I have got an unopened copy of Mario 3D All-Stars because I'm just, looking to the future that maybe one day it'll be worth something. I don't know. I bought 2 copies of this. Loved it. Played, I mean, of course, I beat Mario 64 on the N64 and Mario Galaxy. The one I got this for mainly, even though I haven't really done a whole lot with it, was Sunshine, because I didn't play that on the GameCube. But that's just, I mean, how can you not have that if you have a Switch, right? All right, there's Wonder. Yeah, Mario Brothers Wonder. I love this. This is one of my favorite games of this past year. So even though the Switch to me has dwindled a little bit in terms of my overall interest and enthusiasm in playing it, this is one that I really love. Did finish that game. That was a good one. Mario Maker 2. There's infinite replayability in this one because people are constantly creating stuff. So that's a great one to have as well. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Played some of this, not a ton of it. Thought I would love it more than I do, but I'm going to have to come back to it and just see if I can get into it. Super Bomberman R. Got that pretty close to launch. I think that might have been a launch title for the Switch. And it's okay. It's not my favorite thing ever, but it's fine. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a lot of fun there. My kids play that more than I do. WarioWare, Get It Together. Any WarioWare game I'm in on. My youngest has whatever the newest one is. I feel like there were 2 on Switch. He's got whatever the newest one is, and it's a lot of fun. Yoshi's Crafted World, that's a great one. Super easy. I think I did beat this one, but a lot of fun. Ys 8. I can't remember how do you pronounce it. Let's see. Lacrimosa of Dana, I don't know. Got this one because I wanted a JRPG to play, and it is fun. It's a little vague sometimes what you're supposed to be doing, but it's a good time. And then actually, one other game I've got that's sort of down here is a limited run game, Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. And it comes in like a Genesis type of box. I have not yet played this. Got it not too long ago, but I am kind of looking forward to checking it out in the not too distant future. So anyway, and it did come with some goodies. It had like a poster and some other things. Anyway, there is my physical Switch collection. Not anything super crazy, but I'm proud of it, and I think there are some gems in there. The thing, though, now is that I think the Switch is sort of winding down a little bit because everybody's anticipating Switch 2. Not that there aren't games coming, but I am at a point where I just want to hear about new hardware, even though I'm sure if they announce something I'd be really interested in, then I would pick it up. But anyway, that's my collection. So yeah, that's my physical Switch collection. Let me know what you think about it. What does your collection look like? What games do you have? Which ones do you love to play? Are there some that I do not have that you are kind of stunned by? Are there things that I should pick up? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, thanks so much for watching.